So today is Arsene Wenger's 71st birthday. In this video, I just pay tribute to the great man. Hello, my name is Richard and welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, which features everything to do with Arsenal. Now in this video, I just really wanted to pay a tribute to Arsene Wenger. Of course, it's his 71st birthday today, of course, a week or so after he released his autobiography, A Life in Red and White. Just before I get into it, I just want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. If you like what I do, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video the thumbs up as well if you like it. And also, if you've got any comments about Arsene Wenger, if you want to wish him happy birthday, because I'm sure he watches this channel, please drop your comments in the box as well, or anything else to do with Arsenal, of course, ahead of our big Europa League game, of course, tonight away in Austria. So today then is Arsene Wenger's birthday, 71, of course, today, and it's, of course, a week, isn't it, or just over a week since the release of his autobiography, A Life in Red and White. Now, I've started reading it. I'm about 5 chapters in, I think it is. He's just gone to Japan, to Nagoya Grand Passate. So I haven't quite got on to the really exciting bits yet, of course, his time at Arsenal. But it's been an interesting book so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's more of an insight into his way of thinking, actually, as opposed to specific matches or anything like that. It's been interesting for me to get an insight into his whole mindset, really, and his obsession with football, his obsession with winning and stuff like that. So it's been really interesting so far. Obviously, I'm looking forward to getting into the juicy bits, of course, which I think it starts in the next chapter, doesn't it, when he joins Arsenal? So I'm sure I'll get onto that perhaps at some point over the weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. I mean, in terms of Arsene Wenger himself, of course, what a fantastic career he had at Arsenal. And whatever people think about him now, whatever people think about whether he stayed too long, whether he should have left maybe a year or two earlier than he did, or some people even say longer than that. But for me, he'll always be fondly remembered, actually, just for all the great times that he brought us, the way he transformed not only Arsenal but English football in general. Absolutely fantastic manager he was, and great ideas that he brought in, which now have almost become normal. Most clubs have adopted his original ideas, and it just shows what a great innovator he was. Now, for me, he'll go down in history as probably one of the top 3 most important influential figures in the history of the club, after Sir Henry Norris, who, of course, who instigated the move to Highbury, and Herbert Chapman, of course, great influence that he had on the club back in the 1920s and 1930s. And I think Arsene Wenger's up there with those two because of what he brought to the club, the influence that he had. And, of course, behind the move, of course, to the Emirates Stadium in 2006. What I enjoyed most about Arsene Wenger's years at Arsenal was the great football that we played, whether that came on the back of the years under George Graham, where although at the beginning of George Graham's reign, of course, we played some great attacking football. Unfortunately, towards the end, it became very dour, very defensive. And, of course, 1-0 to the Arsenal was born. But Arsene Wenger changed all that. Suddenly, we were the most exciting team to watch, not only in England, but throughout Europe as well, for a time. It was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, what a great side we had. Certainly at the turn of the century, the team with Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Robert Pires, all these great players, and some great memories that we had. Winning the league at Old Trafford, winning the league at White Hart Lane, going unbeaten for a full season, 49 games in total. Just things that I personally would never have dreamt would have been possible for Arsenal back in the early days in the 1980s when I first started following the club. So all those stuff, the great things that he brought. And of course, as he's mentioned himself, that Champions League final in 2006 should have been the accumulation of that great side winning that trophy. Unfortunately, due to several events on the night, it transpired against us and we didn't win it. And unfortunately, then with a move to the stadium, we were never going to be able to recapture those times again. Certainly not for a long time. And that's exactly how it's proved to be. Unfortunately, Arsene Wenger's coming for a lot of criticism, hasn't he? I personally feel a little bit unfairly. I thought in the circumstances he did the best job he could have done, and I don't believe anybody could have done a better job at that time with the resources that we had and the restrictions that were placed upon the club financially, to keep us in the top 4 as long as he did, and also in the end to win those FA Cups as well was fantastic. So I do feel as though he's never really been given a credit for that. But in a way, maybe that's because of all the great success that he enjoyed in the first 10 years he was at the club. And I feel as though maybe the expectations changed and everybody expected that to carry on. Hopefully, in years to come, when people can look back on it a bit more, people really understand exactly what a great manager he was, what a great man he was, and what a great important person in the club's history that he's going to prove to be. So I just really wanted to do this short video, really just to say, first of all, happy birthday, Arsene. I'm enjoying your book so far, and just really want to thank you for all the great times that you brought the club. Personal memories for me as well. Greatest period to support Arsenal, certainly in terms of the football on the pitch. Maybe not necessarily always off the pitch. It was a big time of great change, but certainly for the football that we played and the memories that we have, it can't be matched. So I just want to really pay tribute to the great man on his 71st birthday. So that's that video. I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave your comments in the box what your thoughts are on Arsene Wenger. I know he does divide opinion slightly now, even still amongst our fan base, really, which is amazing, really surprises me. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on him. If you want to wish him happy birthday as well, as I say, drop that in the box as well. I'm sure he watches the channel, or if he doesn't, I'm sure he soon will. And that's that there. I say please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up as well, because it really does help it get noticed more on YouTube. Tonight I'm not hosting a watch along on this channel. I'm doing a watch along on the Mr. Arsenal podcast channel for the Rapid Vienna game. I think I think that show's going live about 6:22. I'll probably be on a little bit later. I've got a few things on before that, but I should be there for the kickoff. And then, of course, tomorrow night I've got a really special show, a preview of the Leicester game. I'm joined by Jamie from Leicester Fan TV as well. Really looking forward to that, to get a Leicester perspective on everything, really. Hear his thoughts on how he feels Leicester are going to do this season, and obviously the thoughts ahead of the match as well, plus a lot of other stuff on the agenda. Pay-per-view, for example, of course, a big issue in football at the moment, and also this European Super League that's been spoken about as well. Whether he feels Leicester should be a part of that, or does he want them to be a part of that? Perhaps if all the top six or the traditional top six move away, Leicester will be in the clear to perhaps win the Premier League a few times, wouldn't they? But anyway, that's a discussion for tomorrow night. So join me from 6 o'clock. That is tomorrow night. I'm joined by, say, Jamie from Leicester Fan TV. That's going to be a great show. And then there'll be a watch along as well on Sunday for the game against Leicester. And also, of course, tomorrow I'm doing a preview of the Leicester game where we're looking at past matches between the clubs, possible lineup and score prediction, that kind of stuff. So that'll be coming up on the channel tomorrow. And of course, in the meantime, until then, as always, come on, you Gunners!